Hi, my name's Dan, and this video is the first in the series that I'm doing about missions in game design. And to quite an extent in this video, I'm going to be stating the obvious. I'm going to be telling about the concept of missions and the place of missions in games. So many games give the player a structure of specific tasks, things to do. Sometimes these are called missions, sometimes they're called quests. Sometimes there's main story missions and then side missions, which are more along the lines of optional extras. Sometimes they're not using names like that. So this is from Mario Galaxy 3, and the stars in Mario games are effectively missions in their own right. And sometimes they're even more hidden than that. So this is The Sims 4, and there's this thing called Wishes, where you can promise that you're going to try and get your characters to achieve various things. And effectively, these are missions that you have a chance to opt in, and kind of all side missions in to some extent. Some games don't have this kind of structure, but they still effectively have them by using spatial layout. So this is Rise of the Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider games typically use a linear structure in space, and you move on from one level to another. Old games way back in the 8-bit era often used the concept of level, and you'd have one level after another, and it was the game was a series of these things. And there is kind of some fluidity between the idea of a level, as in a spacious level that you have to get through, rather than an RPG level where you level up, and a mission. So, I mean, a level is basically a mission in space. You've got to get from here to there. Some games, missions, in fact, quite a lot of games, the missions are a huge pivotal part of the game, and completion of the game is and progress of the game are both tied very strongly to the concept of missions. There are some games, not necessarily many of them around, where the concept of mission isn't the driving force, and there may be other things that are driving force behind the game, but they still have missions. So this is World of Warcraft, where when you're leveling up, the aim is to get to the level cap. And some games famously don't have any kind of mission or any aim at all. Minecraft has been absolutely huge for a game with nothing to do. Well, that's not true. There's loads of things to do, but players tend to set their own targets and their own things that they're trying to achieve. Finally, I want to mention achievements, which are not the same as missions. Achievements have been around quite a long time now, but they're relatively newcomers to the block compared to missions. And conceptually, they tend not to be so strongly associated with the in-game world or with the in-game story in that sense, and tend to kind of have this meta feel. So they're more about what the player has done in the game, things like how far they've run, and all sorts of stats like that. I fully intend to do a separate video about achievements, but the rest of this playlist is going to be all about missions. So we're going to get into that in more detail in the videos to come, but that is it from me for now.